How's everybody doing? Welcome back. I know it's been a while, but welcome back to another episode of Positively Ignorant. Yes, I know, I'm sorry. I left y'all hanging for a good 2-3 weeks, but as I said in my last video, I just got a new job. I have 2 kids. I got to figure out how I'm going to work all this. So I'm trying to figure everything out right now. Aren't we all? But I missed y'all, man. I missed y'all. I miss talking shit. But it's not like I ever stopped talking shit. But yeah, I miss doing this show, so I had to do another one. There's so much going on right now. And somebody that stopped by earlier, they reminded me of a topic from my past, and they were like, you should talk about it. It's kind of dark, but it got me to where I am now. So when we get to that, just brace yourself. Because somebody else might have been through the same type of situation, or one of y'all might be going through it right now. So maybe it'll help somebody, but it's a story I can tell. So with that being said, I want to get into our first topic already. I am ready. There's so much stupid shit going on right now. Yo, you see all this Travis Scott shit going on? Yes, my condolences to the families and everything of what happened. But at the same time, it's kind of crazy that everybody's blaming this nigga for how they reacted. Literally, you have control of your own actions, yet everybody's like, it was his concert. Okay? It was your body that you decided to stomp around and push through people and act crazy. I know some people, if there's a whole crowd pushing and everything, you're just trying to get out the way. But if you ran with it, you were part of that shit. Everybody's trying to act like they innocent. It's so easy to point, but it's not easy to realize this 3 fingers pointing back at you every time you point. Y'all gotta self-reflect. And people are gonna be mad at me for this. So what? I already said my condolences. I ain't saying no disrespect to those people at all. I'm just telling people, take some accountability. Y'all decide how y'all act. Y'all go to these concerts. Y'all see celebrities. I think it's so corny. Y'all see celebrities and you lose your mind. Get all giggly and shit. What is that? It's just another human. I don't understand it. If you lose your whole self-control just because you see another person or something you might look up to or see as an idol, that's on you. Figure out how to control yourself. Self-control. What they say in the movie? Message. You gotta have self-control. Everybody want to point fingers. Stop pointing goddamn fingers and look at yourself in the mirror real quick. Y'all love to act crazy. Y'all think harder about life than it really is. I don't know how y'all make it that difficult. Anytime I do something stupid, I blame myself because I know I did it. Any mistake I made, I know it's majority of me because I decided to continue going into that mistake. I knew what I was getting into, no matter what it is. But I ain't trying to be distasteful. I'm just damn, y'all. And I understand, people are hey, he should at least stop the show. There's clips of him stopping the show at the same show. Seeing people passed out and having security and everything go help those people passed out and shit. So yes, you gotta understand thousands, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, however many thousands, it wasn't hundreds, it was thousands are in this crowd. You think one person's gonna just spot it out? Picture yourself at a carnival or something and you're looking for your friend and you're standing and all you see is people. That's all you see, heads. Just bobbing, all different heights, shorts, talls. Yeah, you can't see everything. If somebody's on the ground, of course you're not gonna see everything. And if people are jumping up and down and that person's on the ground, it's on those people. Bruh, y'all are jumping and you know when you're stepping on something. People step on a little tiny pebble and they lift their foot to look. So come on now. Accountability, that's all that's needed. I know I went kind of hard with it, but it's yo, come on, yes, there is some liability on him for inciting those riots and shit, saying, let's do this, come on, riot, and saying all that crazy shit, yes. But there's got to be also accountability in y'all, because I ain't see nobody with accountability. And all these people with this fucking devil worshipping shit, yo, y'all act like all rock music, not all rock music, that's an asshole. A lot of rock music, AC/DC, Kiss, all that shit, all them t-shirts y'all wear with the devil shit on it. Like, come on now. Every time somebody in hip-hop all of a sudden does something, or they're different, or they start getting rich, or they do something that's weird to you because we're common people. We don't have big time money to know what people with big time money are doing. Just because they invest in something, you think all of a sudden you know somebody and you're like, oh, they're Illuminati. Or it's always black people, bruh. How come? When all that rock music that was out all these years, all that heavy metal, they all say Hail Satan and shit in that all the time. All their logos were satanic shit. Y'all still wear the shirts to the AC/DC and everything. It's a trend. And the other day I said this and some girl was like, yeah, but it's just a trend. It don't matter if it's a trend. You know what you're putting on your shirt. You know what you're walking around with. But then you're going to look at anybody black doing something like they're putting out his album cover saying, oh my God, this looks like a satanic painting. First off, I'm an artist. The shit that us as artists just think of and paint are our renditions of ideas we thought. And yeah, they might say, yeah, but he's trying to imitate that. Everything is imitated. You think that's bad? You should think about more of the shit that is like getting pushed into you. I went to school for advertising art. Advertising is everything. They started pointing out little things you would never notice that attract people. Certain colors, certain shapes. Anything can attract moods, like ideas. It's weird. Look into it. It's that simple. But yes, there's gonna be imagery. Everybody wants to get their point across. Ain't that what social media is? All y'all niggas trying to get your point across. Everybody saying their point of view, but they don't really want to hear nobody else's point of view. Because if you comment on somebody's point of view online, on the social media, they ain't gonna have it. People are gonna lose their goddamn mind. They're like, what do you mean? You're wrong. People don't listen to learn no more. Everybody's looking for a debate. Everybody's looking to go against each other. Sometimes you just gotta comment somebody's shit like, what do you mean? Have them explain and be able to comment back to that person what you don't agree with and explain what you mean without that person thinking it's an argument. All y'all do is think everything's an argument nowadays. No. You gotta learn how to talk to each other. In the 90s, we talked to each other. We didn't have social media. So when you wanted to talk to somebody, you talked to somebody and held on to that conversation because you're like, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna get to talk to somebody. Y'all just have too much free range now to say anything you want at any moment you want. Oh my God, I don't like this house. The walls in this house are too small. Look at these tiles. Y'all have time to just complain about anything. Oh, I made mac and cheese. It was out of a box. Oh, y'all just say random shit. Like, come on now. I'm tired of it. Fucking tired of it. Like, I didn't want to go in so much on that subject, but this week it's just been crazy with that shit. Like, just understand, like, if you're gonna point at everything black and be like, that's Illuminati, that's a cult, that's this, then look at everything else going on around you, because the numbers of rock music are a lot higher than the hip-hop numbers of listens to. Yes, there's a lot of black people, but there's a lot more white people. There's a lot more country people. I know a lot of black people that don't even like rap music. They only will listen to R&B, or they will listen to something different like pop, country. Yes, I'm from Pennsylvania, so people listen to country out here and shit. Like, a lot of them listen to rock. It is what it is. Like, if you're gonna look at one group of people and be like, anytime they do something successful and think it's satanic or anything, you better look more. You gotta look around. It's everywhere around you. The littlest shit. But y'all don't point it out. It's only when it's a black person. And it's the black people doing it to the black people. Like, we gotta lift each other up more, because a lot of y'all just be shooting each other down. Back in the day, you used to be able to nod at, that was the most important thing. Becoming, oh man, I said becoming. When you're black, if you don't know the nod, then you out the loop. And this generation don't know the nod. They think the nod is a fight or anything like that. Back in the day, you understood it. That's all we did. When we seen another black person, just, my brother. Now you nod at a nigga, they're like, what's up? What's up? Small ego ass motherfuckers, insecure for no reason. Like, saying what's up. People just say what's up nowadays. We said what's up back then. We try to raise a new generation to say what's up too, but nobody says what's up. You walk through the hood now, everybody just looking at you. How can I get him? He's a heel lick. You know, I'm so corny with that shit. Like, bruh, we black. We all we got. Once we gone, the world ain't fun no more without us. We create all the fun music, all the fun dances. We create everything fun. But if we keep getting rid of each other, then it ain't gonna be that fun. We already got white people and everybody else against us. I ain't saying all white people and everybody else is against us, but you know there's groups of people like, hey, so let's just be one big group of people and work together. Alright, that's the end of the first segment. Work together. Oh man, it feels good to be back. I didn't change shit up, but it feels good to be back. The couch probably looks dirty, but yo, I got this beautiful ass rug in here. This shit's fucking majestic. Like, I just want to roll around on this fucking carpet. It's like, I ain't gonna show y'all the carpet because I dropped some shit on it. I ain't stain it or anything. I just dropped some shit on it. And I'd look pretty dirty if I showed y'all this carpet right now. But no, today's mostly motivational. I miss doing this segment because I love motivating people. So with this segment today, our mostly motivational will be weird. Just stay fucking weird. Don't be normal. And I'm not saying weird as in freaky, like, like, no. I mean, just don't be like everybody else. Be different. When you're different, they call it weird because it's not normal to them. And not everything is made for everybody. What you do is made for you. If you have a good ass idea, you have a plan, or you like to dress some type of way, or you just, any way you try to like project yourself and that's just how you always been, then let that be you. Never be embarrassed of being yourself. Be weird. Fuck it. People are gonna talk regardless if you're the coolest nigga out, you're the lamest nigga out, if you got money, if you don't got money, if you got women, if you don't got women, if you got a car, if you don't got a car, you fucking get it. Niggas is just gonna talk about you anyway, so just be who you are. Be weird. They're gonna call you a weirdo every time. That nigga's weird. Yeah, it's usually the weird niggas that create something or do something, then everybody's like, oh, that's the coolest nigga ever. There's still gonna be people like, he's weird. But fuck it. You got to where you wanted to be being yourself. So be weird. If they don't like it, cool. Not everybody's meant to be around you. Everybody's got to stop thinking that not everybody is meant to be liked. I don't care who doesn't like me. I fuck with the people that like me. If you understand me and you fuck with me, I fuck with you. Stop worrying about people that don't fuck with you. That's why y'all always in some drama. This person don't fuck with me. Bitch ass nigga. This nigga, this. At least once a week I hear a stupid ass nigga say some stupid ass shit that I don't even want to hear. I don't care. Like, stop caring about that shit. Where's it gonna get you? What point are you gonna prove? Like, oh my god, there's so many times I snapped out for random reasons, like, oh, I gotta beat this nigga's ass. And then an hour later, I'm like, for what? What is it gonna prove at the end of the day? Nothing. Where am I gonna get from that? Possibly a lawsuit because I'm 30. Fuck it. It's not worth it, man. Just be yourself. Stop acting like everybody else because nobody can be you but you. So do yourself at the highest degree. I fucks with myself. Like, I love me. I wasn't doing a hair flick. I thought my hair was a spider arm. That man, I always swear there's a spider on me. That's the hardest thing about dreadlocks. Randomly, it'll tickle you in your ear. You're like, but I know that was off topic. That's just how I am. I'll tell you a story within a story, then get back to the story. But you know you like both stories. It's really one story. But it's on different stories, you know? But yeah, that's my mostly motivational for this week. Just be weird. Be yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is thinking of you. Because a lot of people really aren't thinking of you. Not in the most dickhead. I ain't trying to be rude when I say people ain't thinking of you, but a lot of people think more people are thinking about them than they really are thinking about them. Cause that shit's so corny. Just imagine in your mind all the time, you're like, yeah, they fuck on me. I'm the hottest out here. And if you could really read people's minds, it's just nobody's thinking about you. It really got to be a downfall of having the ability to like read minds, and you're really known, but nobody's thinking about you. All right, that's the end of Mostly Motivational. Now we're gonna get into this crazy story because I don't know if it should be a long one. I don't know. I'm gonna figure a way to shorten it. I'm gonna do something, but it's a wild one. But this is my life. My life be like, ooh. Man, oh man, oh man. Here we are. Another segment of Not Another Corny Love Story. This one's gonna go a little bit different. This one I'm just a casualty of. I'm a casualty because this love story, I'm not gonna tell much about it because I'm just telling the highlights of my end of it. Was my mom's ex-husband. This man's name was Trent. And this guy came around a little bit after my dad passed away. No, he came around the year that my dad passed away. Odd coincidence. I wish he didn't come around. But hey, he was there. Not for me, but he was there. So like he played cool and everything at first. Like I welcomed him in. My mom just said somebody was coming to babysit. He came to play a video game. Back in the day, parents did some dumb decisions. I love my mom. Like she never did some stupid shit like that again or nothing. But this guy, he was cool. We played video games and everything. Like I got to know him. Then she let me know that she's dating and everything now. I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck it. I just want to skateboard. That's all I do. So like, yeah, he was cool and everything at first. Like, you know. Then one day, like, I grew up in Pembroke. I didn't want to leave Pembroke. Pembroke was like growing up in Hey Arnold. It was this shit. Anything was going on. At any time, you would see somebody walking by, a whole group of kids, and you're like, well, fuck, I'm joining them. Let's do something. I don't know. You know everybody because we all went to the same elementary. We all went to the same schools. Like, fuck it. Same middle school. Like, man. But back to Trent. This man, he played cool. He played his cards very well. See, it got to the point where him and my mom eventually decided to get married. And I was just like, you know, cool, I'm with it. She's happy. Shit, as long as my mom's happy, I'm happy. If she's not happy, we scrappy. Like, but yeah, they was happy. So they decided, let's get a house built. Yeah, with the incomes together, you can get houses built. A lot of y'all don't know this, but hey, right now, yes, with all this bullshit going on, it is expensive to build a house. But at a point, it was not that expensive. It was expensive, but you're going to pay the same for something you could just get built the way you want it. So fuck it, why not? They were a new family together, so hey, fuck it, try it out. So we got a house built and everything. This shit was dope. I was in this nice white neighborhood. I was in the Chatham Glen. I gotta say it with class. I was in the Chatham. Fucking, you can't even say it's cement outside. I'm on the macadam in Chatham. But fucking, yeah, we got this house, and that's when this nigga lost his goddamn mind. Now see, before we got in the house, we had to sell our house in Pembroke. He had to sell his house in Susquehanna. So we got a rental house, and this rental house, it was a house of, I don't know where the fuck they found this. I guess it was I don't know who it was, but fuck it. We had a rental house, but it had all the people's shit in it. And my bed just so happened to be a hospital bed, you know, with the things on it. So for at least a whole year and a half, I'm sleeping on a hospital bed with the button because it was terrifying.
I've fallen, and I can't get up.
And I could have went to the other room upstairs, but again, it had another fucking hospital bed. So I had to choose the best of both world hospital beds. Like they had an air mattress downstairs in a finished basement that was like set up as a bar already. So they were sleeping on that. So I was like, all right, we all got it bad in this house. Like eventually our house was finished getting done built, and it was right down the street from where we were staying. So we go to the new house and everything, and this is when I realized this guy takes about I would say 30 pills a day. Not as an addict or anything, because he has to. Like, he had so many surgeries, liver transplants and shit. Like, this guy just has to take so many medications. And I didn't know none of them were psychiatric medicine. Nobody knew this nigga was on psychiatric medicine. Oh my god. Like, he got to the point, like, he was just crazy. This nigga was crazy. This is where it gets deep, because this nigga got so crazy to the point, this nigga used to try to kill me and shit. Like, oh, there's so many incidents. Like, I was terrified living in that house. People used to be like, yo, how are you up so late at night all the time? Nigga, back in the day, I was terrified to go to sleep. I was in high school. I was terrified to go to sleep. So I was like, I'm not going to sleep because this nigga ain't getting me. I locked the door, but it was just some doors that you put the little hole in and you could pop the lock. So it was just like, I'm not going to sleep. Like, I was so paranoid in high school. I just think back and now, like, yo, it's fucking wild. But surely enough, like, you started seeing crazy sides of this guy. It got to the point where one day, like, as I mentioned a friend named Kyle back in the day, like in one of the episodes. Yes, my friend Kyle didn't know where my house was yet, because I was living in the Chatham of Glens. So he didn't know where my house was yet. This is when we had AIM and shit still. So I was like, yo, here's the address. And we didn't really have phones that really had GPS and shit like this at this point. Like early 2009, 2008, like, we didn't have it all fancy like that. You were lucky just to have a somewhat cool phone like the NV2 from fucking Verizon. That's what I had. Or you had a BlackBerry, a Sidekick. The end of Sidekick, they ended in, I think, 2012, and I bought the last one. Alright, remember that. No, they ended in 2011. Yeah, I had one of them bitches. But that's besides the point. But I told my boy Kyle, like, yo, I'll meet you up top the street. So I left a cup. This guy Trent, he was obsessed with computers. He loved rebuilding computers and everything. He was just creepy because he was one of those people that would download DVDs and everything and sell them, and then he would sell CDs and shit like that. So that's all he would do all night. He got obsessed. Like, he would never go to bed. He would be up all night and fucking it was just so weird to be like, all right, I live with a bootlegger. We never seen this side coming. So yeah, the bootlegger, he was just wild. So this day I leave a cup on the computer desk. And I was like, all right, I'll meet you up the street. I hop on my bike to ride up the street. And I hear somebody yelling behind me. And this guy, Trent, screaming. He's like, you left a cup on the computer desk. And I was like, yeah, I'm coming right back. I said, I'm trying to help my boy get over here. And he was like, no. Hopped in his SUV and started driving as fast as he could to try to run me over on my bicycle. I don't know where the fuck Kyle was at this point, because I was just too soon, I guess, leaving the house to go meet him at the top of the street so he could help find the house. So I'm riding for my life on a Diamondback, just I'm busting corners, I'm going on the sidewalk and everything. This guy's trying to hit me with the SUV. And like, I'm busting every corner I can. I looped the block. I passed the kid Brandon and Aaron's house. I'm like, nobody's outside today. Like, I am booking it on this bike. Luckily enough, like, I hit the brakes like I'm gonna hop off the bike, and he stops and he tries to run out. I let him run close enough where he tries to grab my jacket. I didn't even have a jacket. He tried to grab my shirt, and I just and pulled up and got back on the bike like, bitch ass nigga. I'm out. So I found this little canyon, it was a valley of grass where it goes back up to my house, and because they didn't build no houses there yet. So I dipped down in that. It's marshes and shit, it's mud and all that shit, like a little pond. But I was through that bitch. I left my bike. I threw the bike. Fucking, I got back in the house and grabbed the baseball bat. And then when I got in the house, his car just in the driveway. My mom's in the kitchen. And then, like, he comes, I'm gonna kill him. And I was the bat, like, nigga, I'm gonna kill you first. And then, like, he's like, you ain't gonna do shit. He's just screaming, losing his mind. And finally, Kyle pulls up. And Kyle starts pushing him back, like, yo, you need to chill. And I snuck one hit on him. But after that, like, oh, shit. This nigga fucking, he just stopped talking to everybody. He lived in the house. He was sitting on his computer all the time. It got to the point where I came to the house one day and I was bringing a girl in the house. Middle of the day, this guy's supposed to be at work. And as I'm bringing the girl in the house, he didn't have a computer chair yet, so we had a ceiling fan box that was probably like big. But fucking, he was always sitting on the box. I'm coming up the stairs with this girl quietly. And the computer room is right in front of the steps, and my room is right here. So he looks at us, and we look at him. This nigga butt ass naked sitting on the box. Everybody locked eyes. I looked at her, she looked at me, we looked at him, he looked at us. Oh man, I walked down the stairs so embarrassed. The crazy thing is he never left the box. He went back to what he was doing. Nigga, it was wild. The fact is, he stopped taking the psychiatric medicine. He felt like he didn't need the medicine no more. He felt like he was above it. He thought he was God. But nah, fucking. Then eventually, I settled down with a girl. Like I didn't settle down. I didn't get married or anything. But I found somebody that like in high school. That was one of my high school sweethearts. Like I said, one of them. Like I was a pimp or nothing. No, it's more to this. But this was a girl like I was with in high school. Like she moved to Philly, and I was in Philly every other week with her. Like I was doing everything. I was taking trips every time I could, every week, taking the train and shit. And fucking like one day, we went to prom and everything together. But fucking one day, this guy, she was gonna stay the night. And my mom was cool with her staying the night because my mom loved having her around all the time. Like she just loved this girl genuinely. But fucking like we were going to her car to grab something. And randomly Trent comes upstairs and he's like, "Get her out of my house." I said, "Nigga, this is my house too. What are you talking about?" And he pushes her out the house. I don't know what happened. I blacked out. Next thing I said, "Ah!" Hit that nigga with a swift elbow. Somehow I did a spin. Ah! It just, 3-piece fucking Popeyes right on him, man. Oh, next thing he's on the ground. I put him in headlock. Ah! Hit him with a couple more. Push him down, said, "Da, da, da." Oh, man. You should have seen me. Heyday. Oh, man. Knocked his glasses off and everything. And then I started choking. You didn't see it coming. But the girl pulled me off, and I was like, all right. And then my mom came downstairs and everything, and then like she was snapping on him because she knew that he did something stupid. And it's just like fucking at this point, he stood up, and this is what fucks me up to this day, and I have nightmares about it. This nigga stood up and he said, "Don't make me whoop your ass again. You didn't like that ass whooping, did you?" What? I didn't know what to say. I just like, alright, man, I'm going to her house. Like, I stayed the night at her house. It was crazy. I just went to school from her house for a few days. Like, I was still in high school. She was just going into college. But, oh, man. Sure enough, over time, he fucking drove us all crazy. He would pop up at my sister's house all the way in Pembroke, and we lived all the way out in the Chatham Glen. And he would just like steal her lawnmower and shit. Like, so one night, me and my mom just dipped out with all of our stuff while he was at work. So he came back home to nothing. Took everything, nigga. Nothing. And fucking somehow he worked on a military base, and he wasn't in the military or anything. This nigga was too damn stupid and slow to work at a military. I mean, be in the military, but he worked at a base, and he had a computer where he could look up addresses of people and all this shit, like all their information. So he abused that shit and fucking found where we were living then and started dropping big loads of random shit on our like driveway and everything, like smashing shit. Fucking insecure niggas, bro. This is how I learned to not be an insecure nigga, because I seen that and I was just like, wild. But from there, me and my mom worked together. Like, just we got closer and everything because it was just us. My one sister was in Peace Corps. The other sister was in the military, out and about in Germany. No, she wasn't in Germany. Like I just said, he was fucking with all of us. No, she was back in Pembroke, but we weren't bringing everything. It was just it was just me and my mom in the house at this point, man. And we fucking worked on getting a new house together. We ended up getting a house, which is where my art studio is now, because she just got a house in Florida. Like, she's moving out, so I'm here to help her and shit. So, like, people were like, "You're 30 at your mom's house." I mean, we both got this house together. I was in some shit in the past relationship where I ended up back here like a year and a half ago, and some family did me dirty. I'll tell that story one day. I'll tell you. Oh, I can't wait to talk about my bitch-ass uncle. He ain't really my uncle, my bitch-ass uncle. But, yeah, fucking, back to it. Look, There's a lot deeper shit that happened in the Trent story, but I had to wrap it up like years of shit into the little thing. But I overcame all of that shit. I think it's funny now. Like, it's not funny that I went through it, but I learned how to move. I learned a lot of shit. I said I learned how to move. Rocky, heyday. But yeah, everything worked for the better. Like, not for him. Oh my god, I wish I could say like how the story really ends with this guy, but I can't. Like, it's just, I ain't putting it out there like that. But man, I just want y'all to know, like, y'all can go through some shit and still be a good person. Still, don't let what you went through be how you look. Don't look like what you've been through. That's how I want to say it. Because look, life's gonna whoop your ass. We can't change what happened, but we could change the outcome. You could change the way you think now, and you could just be on the right path. You don't gotta do stupid shit all the time. I know a quick hustle sounds fucking tempting. I know anything sounds tempting when money's involved and you can make some money real quick, but fast money don't really stay. It's money you don't really appreciate because you made it too quick. Something that you worked for, you grind for, fucking, it's 10 times worth it. Something that's legal, something that's legit. I know this is a weird lesson at the end of this, but fucking, I didn't have I had a great childhood. Like, I traveled a lot with my mom and everything, but fucking, it wasn't that great with this nigga around. But even with all that shit, with this nigga trying to kill me all the time and everything like that, fucking, I turned out how I turned out, and I didn't just blame the world like, yo, I had a fucked up come up, so I gotta act like this. Nah, I knew I was an individual. I knew that if I stayed focused and just stuck to my plan, something will come from it, and shit's coming from it. And that could be for you too. So don't just sit here and blame the world for all your problems. Look at yourself real quick, be like, say, what can I do? Because only you could change the outcome now. Nobody else is going to change the outcome for you. That's all within you. So is you going to do it, or is you going to sit around and complain? Nobody want to hear anybody complain, because you don't want to hear nobody complain. But if you're going to hear somebody complain, at least hear yourself complain about yourself. Become something. Do something. Follow your goals. Stay focused. Don't let life throw you off. It's going to at times, but stay on track. Fucking every train gets derailed once. Might happen a couple times. Fuck it. You get back on track. But hey, look. This is the end of the episode. It's probably long. I only told like 3 stories and talked about 3 things really. But I ain't been around, so I had to come around. That sounded so stupid. I got dry as mouth right now from talking for so long. Y'all don't know. This is a whole conversation within myself. There's no one here. It's just me talking to y'all. So I'm just, hey, how you doing? But thank you, everybody. Maybe next week. I'm going to try for y'all. But I had to do it this week. It took a bow, motherfucker.